Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collingwood for YouTube, and I'm here to do two videos tonight. My first video is a Dark Shadows video. This video is a character retrospective about Alexis Stokes. And who is Alexis Stokes, you might ask? Well, Alexis Stokes is a parallel time character, a 1970 parallel time character from Dark Shadows. She's the twin sister of Angelique. Now, in normal time, Angelique did not have a sister. So, Alexis is the nice sister. Now, what I find interesting about her is that she's only around for 15 episodes, and then they have her bring Angelique back to life accidentally by touching her. Alexis and Angelique's dad played favorites. He did not like Alexis at all. He preferred Angelique because Angelique, had these dark powers, obviously. So Angelique in parallel time, isn't much different from the Angelique that Barnabas is, other than she's married to Quentin. And we have a breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen, because Angelique has a son named Daniel Collins. That's right. In 1970 parallel time, Angelique has a son. And you might say, what's that got to do with Alexis? Plenty, because Daniel, because again, Alexis is her twin. He believes that Alexis is Angelique, and she's not. Alexis does want to solve her sister's murder. She wants her sister, she wants to find out what really happened, what really went on. And I think, Laura Parker did a really amazing job getting a whole nother character over. I'm talking was it hard for me to sort of believe that Alexis was Alexis? No. Everybody had talked about attending Angelique's funeral enough times to let me know that Alexis was a whole nother person. And the way Laura Parker played Alexis too, she deserves a lot of credit for really not being the character we all know her to be in Angelique. The character we've known her to play, I should say, in Angelique. She's playing this different sister who's this sort of goody two-shoe and really cares a lot. What you come to learn is Quentin did not like his wife. He did not like anything at all. He did not like Angelique anything. He just wanted to. That's why he brought Daphne. He brought Daphne home. Maggie. But I don't know why I say Daphne. Maggie, I should say Maggie. So yeah, Quentin is married to Maggie in parallel time, which is... Here's the thing of this. I feel at times that... Give me a second, guys. I feel at times that they're just taking where Angelique had sort of cursed Maggie and Quentin to be in love. They're sort of taking that angle and applying it further in 1970. I'm not saying they're taking that exact angle, no, but they're taking a premise of that. They're them kissing. Instead of just having them kiss, they're actually husband and wife. And they're disgruntled with each other all the time. So Which, I mean, it doesn't help that Alexis is there, because Alexis looks like Angelique, and eventually Maggie is to the point that she's beginning to believe Angelique's alive. So, and Quentin just thinks she's crazy. He he does not. I think Quentin, Alexis is in between a rock and a hard place, because she did not come there to help split up a marriage. She came to solve her sister's murder, and she makes that very clear. I'm here to pay my respects to my sister, but I believe she was murdered. I want to know who murdered my sister. And I love that about Alexis. I really do. A lot of things do not help Alexis get the ultimate answers before she succumbs to Angelique. And a lot of the reason she's not getting that help is for many reasons. I've talked about Cyrus Longworth and the fact that he covered up for Quentin. Now I'm not here to restart the debate of who killed Angelique. So there's a lot of factors here with her. Number one, Quentin's attitude toward Maggie, and basically just to the whole situation of Angelique being alive, and he's more focused on sort of, at first, placating to his wife, and really it doesn't last long. Their marriage just like the shortest, it's got to be one of the shortest marriages in history. And people might say Angelique and Barnabas. No, actually, Angelique and Barnabas never technically divorced, and they're still married. I mean, Barnabas died, but he came back, so they're still married. They never divorced or annulled the marriage. Now that's something. But so when he's had enough of Maggie, Alexis herself, I think, would have really wanted her father, and she did. To me, she indicated, though her father didn't treat her well, she knew how her father felt about her. She would have loved to have her father's help in solving Angelique's murder, but her father, Stokes, did not want anything to do with Alexis. And that's what I find. I don't find it odd that he didn't want anything to do with her. He wanted more to do with Angelique. I find it odd that he didn't even want to bother to help her enough. You know what I mean? He didn't. He does not care about her feelings at all. I mean, he doesn't give a shit. It's like, I don't think there's no way I could be that cold to one of my kids. It's just, come on. You never play favorites with kids, ever. And that's something that I find shocking about this, that Alexis is basically... Some might say, well, Alexis is just there to be, and it's just to set up for Angelique's return. And I think when you look at the 15 episodes, fine, fair enough that she sort of is. But I do think for this 15 episodes, she does show you that she's this whole other character. She's not her sister. And that's what I'll say most of all. I'm sorry, this isn't going to be much of a retrospective for a character who was only around for 15 episodes. Here's what I'll say too, though. Alexis should have believed more in the supernatural. Way, way, way more. But I think if she felt... I'm not saying she didn't. But I think if she would have... My take on her really not... is that she did not want to be compared to her sister, and she was already feeling that comparison through Maggie, and even some, not necessarily through Quentin, but through Daniel, Quentin's son, and she was trying to not, do that. So, and again, I love how Daniel's like, "Oh, mommy, mommy." Oh my god, right? So, I hope you guys enjoyed this retrospective. To add a little more of what I was saying about Quentin, to me, parallel time Quentin isn't that far different from the 1970 Quentin. He's got the same hot temper, the same. He's very impatient with women. He's even. I'd say that's the one. The two differences are he's way more impatient with women, and he's not a werewolf, and he's got a son. Well, 1970 Quentin had kids, so. But again, he's way more impatient with women. He doesn't put up with Maggie for too long. Um, my God. And he's not a werewolf. So, alright guys, I hope you have a good one. I have a whole nother video to do, but I hope you enjoyed my retrospective of Alexis Stokes.